along half of the western boundary of the Kruger Park, there are 4 million people living. Unemployment is 37%. Majority of houses do not have running water.
Electricity is gone by 5 o'clock and will eventually be back at 7 a.m. So it makes it more difficult than anything. Yeah.
It's quite hard to make anything of yourself if the odds are all stacked against you. Your home life has difficulties. Even like fetching water is a challenge. And so if there's so many hurdles even before you step outside of your home, going into the job market is 10 times harder.
We need to look after the people on the outside, and having been in the industry for a long time and interacted with people who are not exposed to nature, if you're not exposed to it, you can't conserve it. My name is Horley. I am one of the founders of the BHS Foundation, which is linked to our safari company. The core mission for us is to be a facilitator between tourists who are coming on safari and NGOs, NPOs, NPCs on the ground within this space who are doing amazing things.
My name is Mbohni Mzamani, coming all the way from Malamlele, far up north. My responsibility is mainly to work with the future generations. We did a survey that showed that 4 in 5 kids have never seen wildlife before. So obviously that explains that there's a huge disconnect between the protected areas, the Kruger National Park itself, and the local youth. The Future Rangers program aims to bridge the gap between local youth and the wildlife areas adjacent to their communities.
GCC and Koru Camp and the Future Rangers program had conceptualized exactly what I had dreamt about, and I want people to learn about careers in conservation and to have a potential pathway while at school and then post-school to get these opportunities.
We're exposing every kid to nature, to conservation, to what's out there. It's just like love and empathy and passion, and making conservation cool, which is what Mbohni is like very good at.
So today we are here at Matleksana Primary School. We are here to teach the grade 7 learners about the positive impact that they can make on our environment. And we're going to do that by planting seeds. They are biodegradable. They are biodegradable. They are biodegradable. They are nice one. We realize that not a lot of youth know about the careers that are basically at their doorstep. The program was created to inspire them, to inform them about these various careers in conservation. In high school, that's where we select the kids who have been inspired from primary school.
As Koru Camp, we provide an immersive wildlife experience which is designed for the communities around us that previously have been denied access to nature.
Koru Camp is providing opportunities for children to be exposed to nature. And I am actually blown away by the knowledge that they have and the passion that they do have. Now it's about, lighting that fire, keeping that fire stoked, and then providing further opportunities.
The interesting thing that happened, I spotted a leopard. And I was like, leopard. It feels divine, ballistic.
You find that every day when we are going on game drives, we are lucky to see these animals, I was even lucky to see a whole pride of lions, Yeah, I never got a chance to.
Before I was part of this program, I didn't have knowledge about animals, most of them. But ever since I've been part of it, I've experienced a lot.
On the day when they leave, then you find that they've developed a team spirit. They are happy, they've learned more about what's within them.
If I become a field ranger, it's not a problem because I'll be protecting the animals, doing what I love.
Now I know what career I can achieve or learn in varsity to become one of nature.
keep doing the good work, empowering the communities. Everything that they have offered to us must be offered to others.
And being exposed to nature in this way has a grounding effect. It actually reminds you that you are one with the earth. It also made me appreciate the work at a different level that BHS Foundation is doing, because I felt like a child yesterday, and it made me realize that there's no limit to the work that is being done.
Driving through these roads, going into the Kruger, seeing the local people not getting access into the game reserves, we work together to bring community and conservation together. So far, Nourish have managed to grow and start building these centered eco-villages where people they can actually come and get trained about conservation.
We've talked about careers, but we also need people who don't have formal tertiary education to be able to be entrepreneurs. And what BHS has been doing in terms of the enterprise development is we've made our beaded bracelets now for over 8 years.
These guys, they had to find a way of being self-sustainable in terms of getting different avenues that bring in funds. So obviously through supplying their products to the lodges, it helps them through finance, and as well just to their craft to be seen.
We pay for the materials, we pay the labor, and then 100% of the proceeds goes back directly to the ladies who are making these.
Through our fundraising efforts and every partner, there is different programs for each of the partners we're dealing with. For each of those programs, there's a method where you could sponsor one child, for example, on an environmental program for the whole year. You can always sponsor towards a monthly donation or a once-off donation, anything that will ensure that more and more kids can get involved with the program. Every program that we deal with has a clear evolution from young kids up through to this full career path. We'd love any and every donation possible to help hit our target, which we can put towards the different children on a specific development course that they need.
Our end goal is to create pathways and then find jobs, give jobs within our own space as a tour operator and within our ecotourism space in the lodges and hotels 10 miles from where these children are growing up. What we are with is probably some of these children are going to be pioneers in that. They're going to be the people who their children are going to look up to.
If I have children, I would love them to know what they have, what we have here in Africa. Yeah.
A memory comes of this young boy who went on a game drive for the first time. We saw a giraffe and he was seeing a giraffe for the first time. You could clearly see in his eyes that this is for the first time seeing a giraffe. This is for the first time being in a game viewer, and his eyes just brightened, you know, just like that. And that emotion that he shows through his eyes, you know, to me, I say, that is what it's all about. That is a win. You know, you get fulfilled right there and there by looking at the reactions of these kids when their lives are changed. And I assure you, that kid to date is like, I want to be a field ranger. And marked that day as a day when he was born again into conservation.